The Baby Who Sailed the Nile. Adapted from the Link It Up Bible by Bob Hartman.
Joseph and his brothers thrived in Egypt. They had children, and their children had children, and their children after them. God's promise to Abraham was definitely coming true. Hundreds of years passed. Then a Pharaoh came to the throne of Egypt who no longer remembered Joseph and what he had done to save the Egyptian people. All that Pharaoh saw were Hebrews everywhere, and that frightened him. So Pharaoh made the Hebrews his slaves. Pharaoh orders all his people.
If you see a Hebrew baby boy, throw them in the Nile.
Now there was a Hebrew woman descended from Joseph's brother Levi, who was determined that her child would not die. So when she gave birth to her son, she did her best to hide him. But babies grow big and babies grow noisy, and when 3 months had passed, she could conceal him no longer. She built him a little basket boat made of bulrushes. She covered it with sticky bitumen and pitch. Then she put her boy in the basket and set it floating among the reeds on the banks of the river Nile. She sent her daughter to hide on the bank and keep watch over the basket and the boy. One day, Pharaoh's daughter decided to bathe in the river. She spotted the basket and sent her serving girls to fetch it. And when she opened it, what a surprise! Trembling, the boy's sister watched helplessly. The baby began to cry, and Pharaoh's daughter felt sorry for him.
It's a Hebrew child, as she held him and as she cuddled him. I know a Hebrew woman who could nurse him for you, shouted his sister, emerging from the reeds. Pharaoh's daughter commanded, "Fetch her, girl." The girl returned with her mum. "Nurse this child for me. I will pay you for your trouble. And when he no longer needs your milk, bring him back to me, and I will bring him up as my son. And seeing as I pulled him up out of the water, that is what I will call him. Little pulled up, little Moses."
The end.